if the Earth were to have ejected material from the Earth with a 4,800 year period, because it's coming back now, and the flood was about 5,000 years ago, what velocity would it have to have been launched with to have the elliptical orbit take that long for it to come back into the solar system, inner solar system where we are? And it gave the velocity. And then he said, and Kevin, the velocity of 3I Atlas is within a few kilometers per second
Whoa.
of what that is. So in other words, it's coming in with that velocity, and all it would have required is a little nudge, a little nudge to throw it out of its elliptical orbit, coming in as hyperbolic with the extreme velocity that it does have.
And you asked a scientist that or artificial
No,
intelligence?
a
AI.
friend of mine, another hydroplate theory advocate,
Yeah.
emailed me with his AI grok results of a
Wow.
simple orbital physics question. Because you can ask, it's orbital
Sure.
physics. It's not interpretive. If you launch material from the Earth that has a 4,800 year orbital uh, orbital period around the sun, which becomes an orbital period around the sun instead of the Earth, what would the velocity have to be on ejection? And it tells you what's the velocity of 3I Atlas coming back, into our purview, our ability to see it. It's the same velocity. So all that had to happen is for it to get a slight nudge to send it on a hyperbolic incoming instead of elliptical, because a near parabolic elliptical orbit, it only needs a little bit of a nudge to go hyperbolic.
Wow. And then you put this up with your accurate or Walt Brown's accurate predictions about what they'd find in a comet with
Yep.
the Stardust mission, and that was Comet Build 2, and then your accurate predictions and what they'd find in what was that one? That was
The DART project,
the
the
DART
Dual Asteroid
project.
Redirection Test.
Yeah, and you even made some predictions with that Stardust mission with Dr. Brownlee, and you were accurate there. And so there's a lot of things that are adding, a lot of the discoveries are pointing strongly to the hydroplate theory.
Yep.
And it basically when they start pointing at aliens, that's when they reject the God of the Bible.